All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So, yes, we're gonna get a little meta with some video or reactions. This one is actually me answering a question that I've been asked a few different times when it comes to this particular video. This is the sarcasm video that I did. That why Linux is the worst gaming operating system, because I didn't name the games that I was showing. So we're gonna name the games that I'm showing. Pretty simple. So let's roll into this. Is Linux itself to get it to work. So first up, you have Guilty Gear, Exert Sign, Revelator. Then you have King of Fighters. I believe that's Crosscode, Tekken 7.
If you think you'll be playing Japanese role-playing games on Linux, the only role you'll be playing is that of a hacker in Japan.
Tales of Berseria, which works out of the box on Proton. Tokyo Xanadu, EX Plus, works out of the box. Just enable Proton. Code Vein works out of the box. Just enable Proton.
If you are looking for episodic story narrative driven games, the only episode you'll have and the only story you'll be able to tell is how hard Linux was to game on.
Dreamfall Chapters, native. The Council works default Proton. Life is Strange, Before the Storm works out of the box because it's native. Thank you, Farrell, for porting that. Great game series, by the way.
If you think you'll be playing dystopian cyberpunk adventure games on Linux, the only thing that will be dystopian is your outlook on life after trying to get games to work on Linux.
Bright Memory. Remember Me. Both work out of the box. No configuration needed. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. That's native. Prey.
If you think you'll be playing horror games on Linux, the only horror is you'll realize you wasted your time trying to get games to work on Linux.
Dead Space. Still great lighting effects on that game, not gonna lie. Dead Space 2. Also works defaultly on Proton.
You'll be playing driving games on Linux. The only thing you'll realize is that you've been driven insane by trying to game on Linux.
Dirt, I believe. With this Rally. F1. That's either 15 or 18. It's one of the two that I own. They all kind of look the same after a while.
You'll be playing RTS games on Linux. The only thing you'll be strategizing in real time is your exit from Linux.
Company Heroes 2. I think it's really the only game I highlighted on this one. That's native, by the way.
And if you think you're going to be playing any of the following games on Linux, you are sadly mistaken. Not going to happen.
Transformers War for Cybertron, which you can no longer buy on Steam. Binary Domain. Bayonetta. Ace Combat 7. AI Somnium Files. Alien Rage. DMC, Devil May Cry. Darksiders 3. Elix. I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly. I have too many fighting games. Fairfax said no. Hellblade, Senua Sacrifice. Yakuza 0. Warframe. Vikings Will of Midgard. Vanquish. The Surge. Siberia 3. Wanchambara. Z2 Chaos, I think. There are 2 Chaos. Observer. I believe it's Observation, if I remember. Yeah, it's Observation. This one, anyways. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Very self-explanatory. Native.
Alright, so now that you want.
So, the reason I did not actually put the titles in the video is because it's more interesting for people to try to figure out what they are sometimes. You don't always need to totally inform people. People want to know, like, why don't I put a bunch of stuff in the descriptors and, commands when I do command line stuff? It's because it's not just to get you to watch the content, it's to always have it there. And so that for me, it just makes more sense. If you can't watch a 2-minute video for content to, do a command, do your own research. That's what a lot of it is. So, like, if I was looking up a King of Fighters game, like in the earlier part of the video, one of the things I would do is I'd look up the character name and see what series they're from, because it interests me. You can do, if you want to do your reverse image search, Google searches and stuff. explore different games. You don't need people to handhold you and to point you in every single direction all the time. It Some of it's self exploration. Go out there and experience it yourself. I don't need to tell you where to go. Just pick a direction and fucking go. But that's just me. So, for those that were wondering, those are the name of your games that you have constantly asked me to. What's this list of games? Well, there you go. Now you have an entire video dedicated simply to you, so you can actually know what games they are and go try them for yourselves. And maybe you'll find and explore some other stuff and figure it out for yourself and go explore the very wide ranging world of games.